afternoon. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Yarman Zalukhu. So before I explanation about research proposal, first of all, the Honorable of Chair of English Education Study Program, Mr. Elwin Piarawan Zebu SPD MPD, and also as my examiner of research proposal, the Secretary of English Education Study Program, Mr. Fore Tahir SPD MHUM, and Mr. Hasan Sodana Harifa SPD MPD as my advisor. My title proposal is an analysis of factor influence student speaking performance at the 11th grade of SMK Negeri 1 Gunung Stoli in 2022-2023. So in my research proposal there are 3 chapters. So the chapter 1 is introduction, chapter 2 about review literature, and the chapter 3 about research method. So let's discuss one by one. So the first is chapter 1 about introduction. So the introduction, you are discussing about background of the research, focus of the research, and the formulation of the research. So in the background of the research, I will explain about the definition of speaking and speaking performance. So speaking is a language to express that aims to express ideas and feelings orally, a communication process to others. So in the process of speaking, someone will experience thought process ideas and properly. According to Sri Hainun Yusuf, explained that speaking is a process of interaction in a situation to construct meaning, which include processing, processing, and retrieving information. While speaking performance is communication practice in the process of activity. According to Chomsky, that performance is defined as the actual use of language in concrete situation. Meanwhile, language competence is a speaker hears knowledge of language. Performance is the implementation of full knowledge on the stage. However, based on my observation during my internship at SMK Negeri 1 Gunung Stoli, it was found that many language learners lack the ability to communicate and express ideas in English orally. They tend to have low performance when they have communicate or speak in front of other people. This is a problem that must be known what the factors influence student speaking performance. I have interviewed some students by asking the factors influence student speaking performance. So many students do not have a large vocabulary. They tend to interpret words by words in making a sentence. For example, the words take place. They interpret it by taking place, while the correctness of the vocabulary is in a car. So that becomes one of the most important things in speaking performance. So that's why the researcher is interested the title an analysis factor influence student speaking performance at the 11th grade of SMK Negeri 1 Gunung Stoli in 2022-2023. The focus of the research. So the focus of the research is an analysis of factors influence student speaking performance at the 11th grade of SMK Negeri 1 Gunung Stoli. So the researcher will investigate speaking performance for asking and giving opinion. The formulation of the research. So there are 2 formulation of the research. The first is how is the student speaking performance at the 11th grade of SMK Negeri 1 Gunung Stoli in 2022-2023. So the second one is what do the factor influence student speaking performance at 11th grade of SMK Negeri 1 Gunung Stoli in 2022 and 2023. Continue speaking performance. So there are 5 aspects of speaking performance. So the first is vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, comprehension, and fluency. While the factor of speaking performance divided into 2 parts. There is internal factor and external factor. So the internal factor divided into 2 parts also. The first is language competence or lack of vocabulary, grammar, and topical knowledge. The second one is psychological aspect or confidence and motivation. While the external factor is divided into 2 parts also. The first is performance condition and the second one is strategy of teaching and learning or method of teaching of environment learning. Instrument of the research. So the researcher will use 2 the instrument of the research. So the first is test and interview. So test is a method of measuring a person's ability, knowledge, and or performance in given domain written by prompt. While the interview, according to Rosling, regarding qualitative interview as conversation in which a researcher gently guides a conversational partner in a extended discussion. So the next is data collecting technique. So there are two parts for data collecting technique. For the first is quantitative data with test and qualitative data with interview. That's all my explanation about research proposal, and thank you.